And welcome into the Paul Farrington Show, our Thursday edition episode. Paul Farrington joined alongside Jack Weinberger, Andrew Keenan, Robert Ziggy Ziegler, and Zach Bloomquist behind the scenes, the best executive producer in the game. Please, before we start this video, like, comment, subscribe. As we always say, it goes a long way. Any subscription will help.
Super long way.
It's a weird day here today with the smoke coming down from Canada and New Jersey. It's at like noon. It was orange outside. I don't know. It was orange outside. Jack was saying walking in. You know, Jack was walking in like this.
I'm scared of this air pollution.
Again, this isn't a political podcast, so I won't air my takes out. But
It could be.
There's sheep. There's some people out there who are sheep. I don't believe in any of this nonsense.
Well,
how come it's all New Jersey? Oh, so bad, New Jersey, New York, but Canada's burning down. I've seen no news from them. They don't care.
That is one thing that I've been wondering.
Yeah,
that is true.
Well, nonsense.
I haven't seen that, but you were hearing it because we're from. Look at Ziggy. Ziggy's like, I cannot deal.
Well, I see NBC, NBC, Fox News, CBS, whatever on my Twitter, all about New York. I don't see them talking about Canada whatsoever.
Because it's America.
Okay.
It's an American station. All right. So today
I'm not afraid of
agenda,
smoke. That's all I'll say. Last night I slept with my window open.
I mean, hey, you know,
my room was hot. The window was open.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
That is probably bad for your health.
Yeah, that's.
It was.
You're the one smoking cigs.
All I'll say is this country used to send our men into war, and now they're afraid of smoke.
Oh, here we go. Now we've taken the turn.
It was insane seeing the sky like yellow. That was weird.
It was orange.
It was orange.
It looked apocalyptic.
Oh, that will be fine. No, I mean it's no big deal, but it was.
All right, what do we have for you
and
today?
Then tomorrow will be 85 and sunny with birds chirping.
Today we have some summer camp news. That's what we decided to call these little segments when we check in on what's going around in OTAs.
This summer.
Yeah, I know you're going to be working at one. Not for the NFL.
Well, maybe. You never know.
But you never know. The 49ers. Some news on Brock Purdy. Not big news, but news on him coming out. Deebo Samuel with an interesting assessment of himself. The Detroit Lions. Dan Campbell had something very interesting to say about Jared Goff, comparing him to himself in a previous time. And he had glowing comments. And then some news out of Minnesota with the Vikings. It's could potentially be getting ugly up in Minnesota. It might be as Ziggy showed right there, could be time to blow things up, which I'll share my opinions. I have some strong opinions on that. And then at the end of the episode, we'll have the drinks draft. A lot of great drinks over the course of history. And we will be selecting the 12 best.
At this draft.
I don't know if it's top.
Do you like drinks?
Not really, no.
No drinks. Water. Red Bull. You have 2 drinks with you right now. Beer.
Again,
we know you like beer.
I won't be good at this draft.
Okay,
I don't know if it tops the.
Like I said, Pixar, I'll dominate. Whatever, Nickelodeon, I'll dominate those. This I will not be good at.
All right. Well, we'll see. You never know. You have a lunatic at judging. So
you always never seen Rocky or Hoosiers or Caddyshack. Not one.
I've watched 30 minutes of Caddyshack. It's terrible. I turned it off. But the other two are great.
I would have lost this draft.
We'll start with the 49ers. Brock Purdy is now throwing 3 times per week.
Sports movies draft. Oh, that'd be a great draft.
Yeah, it was great. We did it.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Who won?
I won, but it was close. Brock Purdy, he's now throwing 3 times per week. Shanahan saying he's on pace with his rehab. We're still not sure if he'll be back by week 1. And that's a concern for any 49er fan because right now they have Trey Lance and Sam Darnold are splitting first-team reps every other day, it seems.
Good luck in the Steel City week 1 with those bums.
Yeah. So they've been splitting first-team reps. George Kittle actually came out and said that Lance has really progressed from where he was last year. The quote was, I think Trey looked significantly better than he did last year. His confidence is there. He's throwing good passes. I think Trey, he just looks comfortable back there. He doesn't look like then he paused. He looks like he's just having fun. So it was a little bit of a hesitant comment there, a hesitant praise from Kittle, but he didn't want to say that Lance didn't look good last season,
but he did. Everyone knows.
But he did, and we all know that. So apparently they're splitting reps. And my opinion on this whole 49ers situation, because I do think that that's the most interesting team to watch this entire offseason, and they've been that way for now 2 or 3 years in a row with their quarterback situation. I think that if Brock Purdy isn't good to go by, I don't know, week 4 or 5, like if he can't come back at full health, I think they can kiss their Super Bowl hopes goodbye. And I know that a lot of people are going to say, yeah, but their defense is so good. We've seen what Shanahan has done before. When he came in last year, Purdy, after Garoppolo got hurt in week 13, that offense totally transformed. They were scoring, I think, 30 points in 5 out of the 6 games he played. He came in and had a complete control and did things that no other quarterback that they had earlier in the year was able to do. So I'm very concerned for them if he can't come back healthy. But if he is able to, then obviously they're one of the top 2 contenders.
Well, yeah, if Brock Purdy's back by week 5 or 6, you have the talent around your quarterback, whoever it may be, to be 2-2 or 3-2 or even 2-3. Then you get him back at 2-3, and your all systems go.
What's so weird about this situation, though, is that you're really high on him, right, Andrew? You love
number
Purdy.
9.
Yeah, he was number 9 on your list if he's healthy, which, I mean, some people had him up there in the top 12 or 13.
He's a stud.
But what's crazy about it is we're only going off of 6 or 7 games here, maybe 8, including the playoffs. So, yeah, some people have the opinion of, oh, you can tell when you can tell. And, like, we know he's going to be really good. But then you look at from the other angle, it's like, well, now teams have a whole offseason to prepare. He's banged up a little bit. It's one of the weirder quarterback situations. And I know the 49ers have had a lot of strange situations over the past few years with quarterbacks. But this one is one where it's like, I don't know. Even if this guy comes back, is he going to be as good as he was? Sometimes you just catch lightning in a bottle. Ziggy, what do you think about that?
Coming back from arm surgery is always tough, right? Fortunately, you didn't have to do the full Tommy John, but they did have to repair damaged ligaments in his arms. Mm-hmm. So even once you start throwing, right, it can be a long time. If there's anything we know about being a quarterback in the NFL, it's that getting a good rhythm, getting reps, getting synergy of your guys is important. But I do think, like, the 49ers got the message last year, and you can see it from Deebo Samuel, right? They knew the offense was anemic. They knew they weren't able to get things done. Mm-hmm. With Shanahan and the back cooking, I think once Purdy comes back, and I think it'll be pretty early, the start of their schedule is pretty soft. I don't think there's a whole lot for them to worry about here. What you have to worry about is that back half of the schedule. You have to worry about the offensive line play. But yeah, if Purdy's not there and they're deciding between Lance and Darnold, and no matter what anyone says, if you're splitting first team reps between them, that means you're not sure who your quarterback is. You got to feel a little bit nervous about that.
Yeah, there's always that concern with a sophomore slump as well. RG3 was great his rookie year.
Got hurt.
He's out there, he's gonna be awesome.
Then he tore his
got
ACL.
hurt, and then he's out of the league. Mm-hmm. So you never know. We've obviously seen that Brock Purdy has what it takes to play in the NFL and be a very good quarterback. But now, second year, coming off an injury, more of a target on his back. We'll see if he can do it again for this upcoming season. I'm on board, but I'm not there yet.
Do you think he's the most important player on that team? More than Bosa, more than McCaffrey?
I think quarterback.
Naturally, that's the way it is.
The most important player is Shanahan. As long as they have him, they'll be in the NFC divisional round every single year.
No, Lance.
They have Shanahan, they'll be fine. That's why this is.
Can they compete for a Super Bowl with Lance and
if they have Shanahan, yes.
Okay, so you see them as a legitimate contender. Like, you can see them hoisting the trophy.
They're my favorite to play the Jets in where's the Super Bowl?
Regardless of Vegas.
In Vegas.
Regardless of Purdy.
You think Sam Darnold?
Purdy will be back in
I think he will as well. But I'm saying, like, do you have any confidence in Darnold?
Yeah, Sam Darnold can turn around, hand the ball off, and throw screens at Deebo Samuel. That's all you got to do.
Okay, no, I mean, some people.
And then they have those animals on defense where they won't let up more than 20 points at home ever.
Okay, so you're a believer no matter what. The rest of us seem to be a little reserved.
I think a quarterback is insanely bad.
No.
He's the most important player in the team outside of including McCaffrey.
So I'm not. He'll be there by week 8.
Yeah,
and if he is,
we'll see.
And he's good.
We'll see what happens. Ziggy, any closing thoughts on the 49ers before we go over to Detroit?
I think the 49ers just have to hope Purdy's back as soon as possible because seeding really matters in the NFC, right? There are probably only going to be 2 or 3 teams, but I do not want to go on the road to Philadelphia. We saw how that played out for them last year. I get Purdy got hurt, but getting home field advantage, getting that 1 seed, getting the bye is critically important. So they can't afford to have him miss any time if they want to be in the pole position for the Super Bowl.
Gotcha. Let's talk about the Lions a little bit. Dan Campbell came out with glowing remarks about Jared Goff. He said he's a better QB now than when he was there, meaning in Los Angeles, because he can do more things. He's mentally on it. We've come light years ahead of where he was 2 years ago. And Goff said he agrees with him. He said, I felt like I was playing some of the best football of my career just last season during that 8-2 stretch. I believe it was 8-2, 8-1 for the Lions down the home stretch of the season. He ended the year 6th in passing yards, 7th in passer rating, 6th in yards per attempt. And Detroit looked, I mean, if you gave them an extra 3 weeks on the end of the last season, they're going into the playoffs and they're going to be one of the more dangerous teams in the NFC.
Not my Lions.
No, they're not my Lions either.
They
but
stink.
I love the Lions.
The more I read about them, and I have to be fair because Ziggy and I are Vikings fans, and it's very easy for us to just poo-poo Detroit because of who they've been forever, and also being a division rival to some degree, even though they don't really matter to us. But at the end of the day, they're a division rival. It's like if the Browns are good, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. So I got to be fair to them. And when I look up and down that roster, it's really talented, and it's probably a top 3 or 4 NFC team. No, not NFL, but NFC. You have to say they're in that top.
Oh, NFC, absolutely.
No way.
Who'd you take over?
Who would you put over?
Niners, Eagles,
Seahawks, Niners. I'll go by division. Seahawks, Niners, Cowboys, Eagles, Giants.
Giants, no.
I think the Giants are a more talented roster.
They murdered the Giants.
The Washington's more talented than the Giants outside of quarterback.
I'm pretty sure they lost to the Giants.
No, Lions beat them by 20 in MetLife.
Are you sure?
Yeah. They kicked their ass.
Yeah, no, they got obliterated.
Regardless, that's fine. This is also about next year, not the previous year.
Lions are better this year.
Oh, the Vikings are better than them. The Packers are better than them.
Oh, that's not the Packers.
The Vikings are blowing things up.
So that's eight teams. And then when you have that Neanderthal, Dan Campbell is your head coach, you have no chance.
How about the Saints?
The Saints are better than them.
Okay.
So that's they will not be they'll have a top 8 pick.
I love the Lions.
Man,
that defense is horrific. That coach is an idiot. Ever since I saw him on Thanksgiving, he's terrible. This guy goes for it on 4th and 4 when he kick a field goal with what was it? I forget what it was. It was on when they played the Bills. Of course, I'm rooting for. This is the end of my Lions.
You're rooting for Detroit,
of course.
I had the Lions money line in that game.
Oh, of course they didn't win because that idiot coach. I forget what it was. It was like a 35, somewhere between a 35 and 45 yard field goal.
Okay, go ahead.
I believe You know what? I don't want to misspeak, so I'm going to go back and figure out what it was. It was either he kicked the field goal, he didn't kick a field goal and went for it and didn't get it when there was like 4 minutes left, when he should have just kicked the field goal because they were going to get the ball back, or he had tried to attempt like a 60-yard field goal when it was like 4th and 3 and he should have went for it. It was one or the other. I'll figure it out for sure because I don't want to misspeak.
I don't understand why Dan Campbell has come into an impossible situation in Detroit, and over the course of a few seasons has made them
every situation is impossible when you take it over usually. Look at Belichick. Yeah, but the Patriots would be the worst team ever. Dynasty.
But Detroit has been horrible forever. Yeah, but he's the Steelers. The Steelers were. What are you talking about? The Steelers were great in the 90s.
Yeah, but then when he came in, how bad were they?
Tomlin?
They're pretty bad.
The Steelers?
They were pretty bad. No, I'm saying when he came in. Every time a new coach comes in, the team is usually terrible.
Yeah, no, but Detroit and Cleveland are different than other places.
Terrible. We were in the Super Bowl in 2011.
Coward just left. He retired. I don't know where he's going.
I'm pretty sure. I'm looking at it.
I don't think we're.
Yeah, I don't know where he's going.
We were like 8-8 and Tomlin came back.
It's certainly. I mean, we talk on the show all the time about how the Lions are historically bad. The ownership's inept, the GM's inept, and they never do well with anything. That's always a tough situation to come into. Right? They had Jared Goff at quarterback, who the Rams basically spent 2 first-round picks to get rid of. They had one good player on the offensive line, the number 3 pick, one of the worst defenses, one of the worst offenses. And he's built a roster that's really talented, right? They've got lots of good skill position players. They've got one of the best offensive lines. If you look at the second half of last year, it's an above average defense.
Yeah, 7-9.
Yeah, the defense was
1 year.
The defense was just okay, I think, for most of last season, or even the back end. Like
we had won like a year before he came in.
Statistically, they ranked
like 2 years before he came in
towards the bottom of the league, Ziggy. So I think that Detroit team as a whole, though, just from what he's come in with to where they are right now, I think you have to be impressed with Dan Campbell's performance. And Jared Goff has had a nice turnaround because they were a game away from making the playoffs last season.
You Vikings fans, mediocrity.
What do you mean? You watched the Jets.
If Robert Saleh went 10-6 and didn't make the playoffs, I would want his head on a spear throughout New York City.
If Robert Saleh finished last season 8-1, you would be talking about winning a Super Bowl with Zach Wilson right now.
You're talking about
mediocrity.
No, what if you're
talking about how great
101 wins? Get him out of the dugout.
What if you were 1-8? You finished 9-8.
I don't care.
You go to Gillette, knock off Brady, and end his playoff chances.
Did the Lions do that?
You knocked off Aaron Rodgers. As a Jets fan,
don't you think Aaron Rodgers is
in the regular season? I wouldn't care.
I think you'd be pretty excited for this coming year.
I'm already very excited for this coming year.
No, as a Lions fan.
Yeah, if you were a Lion, like
I'm telling you right now, Dan Campbell's a horrible coach.
Okay.
These participation trophies, enough of them. It's a win or a loss league. There's no moral victories. Oh, they were so good for 9 weeks. Look at the other 9 weeks. They were terrible.
But their win total was like 4.5 last year.
No,
Okay, great.
I agree with you on the.
My win total is Super Bowl. That's my win total.
I agree with you that when you look at the Detroit season as a whole, you say, like, yeah, obviously the first half of the season was bad. But when you look at what they turned into and how they developed over the course of the year, I believe that you can be excited for this season.
And I'll put it into Jets terms for you because you think I would change my mind. Todd Bowles, 10-6. It was the first team to win 10 games and not make the playoffs in so many years. Of course, it was the Jets.
You know who got
He is the worst coach ever. Goes to the Buccaneers, that takes over for Arians. Still no idea what he's doing. Guy's a terrible coach. Dan Campbell, people like him because he's loud and whatever. He'll get fired from Detroit in 3 or 4 years. He'll go to like some team that doesn't matter, like the Texans, try to revive him, and he'll still be terrible.
All right. You don't like Dan
I
Campbell.
think the Lions... I've been going back
That
and
tall
forth.
drink of water on your team who's also an idiot, he's terrible. Tomlin's fantastic. Yeah, I'm still undecided on your guy over there, that small nerd.
That weirdo. Yeah,
I don't know if he's good or bad yet. Salah, I'm leaning towards he doesn't know what he's doing, but I'm still a little bit in the middle.
All right, so Andrew,
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
So Andrew's no idea what he's talking about. That's really
Yeah, Kevin O'Connell's great. 4th and 8, let's draw the 4-yard pass. See you later.
That was
offensive genius.
horrendous.
Well, that wasn't the play.
That was horrendous.
Well, that wasn't
you
the
know
play.
what it was? You threw a slant over the middle.
No,
No,
the
it's an
play,
out route.
the play wasn't
Yeah,
designed to
We
go
should
to
get back
Keenan.
on topic here, guys.
So
The topic should be if it's 4th and 8 in the playoffs, all your receivers should be running a route past the yard to gain.
Yeah, I mean, that's just not the right. So go ahead.
I've been going back and forth on the Lions, but I'm leaning towards loving this team this upcoming year.
Oh, if they weren't in the NFC North, I would be all over them as a team to keep an eye on.
You have two very solid weapons.
I'm looking at the schedule.
And now a third about coming back halfway through the year. Your defense is upgraded. It's going to be better. It's going to be improved.
Can't be worse.
I can't get true.
Chiefs lost, Seahawks lost. All right, they'll be 0-2. And then we'll never have to speak about them again.
You're coming off a season where you go and you defeat your arch nemesis on the road. Now there's momentum. And you're the favorite to win the division. You know what Campbell's saying? You know what, guys? This is our year. Let's go do it. And they're going to do it. 11-6 NFC North champs, divisional round.
Okay. Oh, divisional round. Wow. Okay, Ziggy. What do you think? You're a Dan Campbell fan. You believe in this team, right?
I don't want to believe in this team,
He believes in this.
but I trust in the offense. I think the defense is going to be fine. I don't think some Lions fans are talking about Goff's a top 5 QB and this team is a Super Bowl contender. I don't think it's that, but I do think you're going to see a real reversal of fortunes and maybe a playoff win this year.
Yeah, we've had multiple Lions fans comment now saying that they think Goff should be in the top 5 quarterbacks, which we all
have 5
disagree
wins.
with. 5 wins.
Yeah, I just went through their schedule.
Okay, so there's your prediction from Andrew, 5-12.
Wow.
I think you could have Goff as right now a top 13 quarterback in the NFL, reasonably.
Yeah, I'd say top 4 in the NFC.
And someone can make an argument for 10. Like, I think that 9-10 spot is up there. I have Dak and Kirk in there. I know everyone is different.
Ziggy has
people.
Aaron Rodgers there.
I think I got it a lot.
Look, if Dan Campbell's right and Jared Goff is really taking the next mental step forward, which he probably couldn't with Sean McVay, you could see a new Jared Goff.
And he's only 28 years old. It's not like Jared Goff is 35 and about to leave the league. If he plays
He's
really
not
well
Aaron
this
Rodgers.
season, if he
Yeah,
plays,
Jared Goff with the best offensive mind in football was bad, but Dan Campbell, he'll unlock him. Yep, that's what will happen.
He was a 2-time Pro Bowler. He wasn't bad.
Goff
And now we're caring about Pro Bowlers, what the 12-year-olds are voting for in 6th grade science class.
I think
You're
that
better
right
than
now
that,
with Goff,
Ziggy. You know it.
I think that Goff, you have to give him credit for
Goff
the way
had
he
his
played
years
at
on the
end of
Rams,
year.
though. He had his
I give him
years.
no credit.
He fell off a cliff, and now right in Detroit, he played
I'd
really
rather
well.
have Pickett.
So
I would tell.
Andrew doesn't believe, and the rest of us, unfortunately, I do.
He unfortunately is the 3rd best quarterback in that division, only ahead of Kirk. But
I mean, Jordan.
So you go Fields. Love,
no, I go Love Fields.
I love Fields.
Oh.
Goff.
Yeah, okay.
Goff.
Kirk.
Watch
We'll
Love. He's
We'll
good.
stay in the NFC North for a little bit
You never
here.
know.
The Vikings. Some news broke today that Danielle Hunter, they were unable to. I believe was it extend him, right, Ziggy? Extend his contract.
They were offering like a 1-year Band-Aid deal.
Yeah, and Danielle didn't want to take that. So now teams are inquiring about a trade for the defensive end. He had 10.5 sacks last year. So the thing with Danielle Hunter is over these past few years, he ends the year with 10.5 sacks, and that's great. But a lot of times during the season, he can disappear, and he's been hurt a lot. He's had neck injuries. But the Vikings as a whole, if you look at that, then Dalvin Cook is probably going to be on the way out soon. I know a couple weeks ago we had a video where I was talking about them as being a legitimate contender within the NFC. But if they start dumping off everyone here or there, next thing you know, at the end of this year, Kirk will be gone, and you're probably looking at a big rebuild coming soon in Minnesota. And I actually believe that that's the best course of action for this team, is to start fresh. They have some young guys. They have some young pieces to build around.
Is Kellen Mond still a backup?
No, the backup, it was...
We'll all be dead before this team wins the Super Bowl.
No, they'll never win.
They will never win.
Neither will the Jets.
They had Mullins, and then they drafted... who's the BYU
back?
kid? Hall? Jared Hall.
Jared Hall.
They have no one to play.
Yeah,
No,
Jared
there's no
Hall.
one. So once they blow it up, then that's when you can really, start working with
If I'm the
Jefferson
Vikings,
and
you
all
know how I feel about Caleb Williams. I trade every single player. Let that, tall drink of water over there. Just let him ruin it for you guys.
I don't know why you dislike him.
0-17.
Wait, what's his name again?
Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell.
Ex-Jets quarterback.
How tall is he?
6'5". He's huge.
I didn't really notice that.
Do you understand like the just how absurd it is that Andrew's talking about? Our coach has won more games last year than the Jets have won in 3 seasons.
Imagine
And he's like, that tall drink of water. Can't
Imagine
coach.
Caleb Williams in a dome.
No.
Imagine.
Oh, no, I would
lose
love
every game.
Look, in an ideal world, I would totally sign
Listen,
up.
are you
for
winning the Super
blowing it
Bowl
up.
this year?
No, we're not. No.
So then what?
Get
Lose.
all this Caleb Williams hype.
Well, we can't lose with Kirk Cousins. We can't.
Yeah,
can't.
so trade him away.
Oh no! I'd be fine if they
Go
wanted
give
to
him to
blow
the
it up.
Commanders and, start this BYU kid. We see what happens when you go to BYU.
Kirk Cousins 1 o'clock games. It's an automatic win.
No, Ziggy, what do you think about this whole situation with the Vikings? As a fan, are you like, if we trade Hunter and we trade Dalvin Cook, I don't have much optimism. I don't think that they're the be all end all for this team, but I just don't think that they're really capable of winning a Super Bowl right now.
No, it's a long past due, right?
Yeah.
We've been putting Band-Aids on this team ever since they agreed to the Kirk Cousins plan of just keep signing the high price deals over short periods of time. It's just hamstrung the team. Like it worked. We won some playoff games. That was nice, but that era is over and you got to start new.
I agree.
So I don't think it makes sense to continue thinking that this team's going to be a contender and celebrating like one playoff win.
But this year,
I'm not there
this year, if you have Kirk on the team, you're gonna probably be you're probably gonna get at least 8 wins and finish middle of the pack, and that's the worst place to be.
Yeah, I don't like it. So it's time to blow it up.
Wow, can you imagine if right now, like
3 weeks ago,
post-draft-
you guys were telling us the Vikings were the best bet to win the division. Now you're starting to realize how bad this team is.
currently
think
right now,
if they keep everyone, they will
Before
be.
blowing
Yeah,
it up,
I think
still
they
think
should
they are.
blow it up, but the division's not good.
it's a weird predicament because this is where Kwesi and O'Connell and all of them get caught up in, is with the current team. I do think they're good enough. Like last year, again, this team won 13 games. I don't care if it was 11-0 and 1 score games. Like they still won 13 games. And the problem is, you see that and you're like, okay, let's just get over the hump. But there's so much to do on defense. Kirk is only getting older.
I mean, you know who you have to trade. You know.
No,
you don't
we know.
want to say
I
it,
know.
but you know.
No, they have to trade Cousins.
No.
They have to trade Cousins. Oh, no.
They can't trade Cousins.
Or
That-
Dalvin Cook.
No.
He's going to get dropped. No, one
No,
wants to trade
he's
him.
saying you have to trade Jefferson and
Yep.
blow it up. And that's
You
no.
trade Justin Jefferson, you get a plethora of first-round picks. You get
No.
the Tyreek Hill times 2, and now you're set. And then finally, you might be able to win in like 5 or 10 years.
I'm not
You
trading
can't,
Justin
you
Jefferson.
can't, you can't trade him
Why?
because let's
He's,
say
he's arguably he's a top 5 non-quarterback player in terms of value.
Good. Exactly.
but you get 2 or 3 first round picks. Those are no guarantees.
I think you get 3
Jefferson's.
first-rounders, 3 second-rounders, and a bunch of good players.
Even if you get that much, it's unlikely that you're going to get a player as good
Like
as
Justin
Jefferson, who's
Jefferson.
what, like
He's
he's what, 23? He's going to be good for another decade.
He's 23 and he has the greatest.
You think he's
stats
staying
ever.
in Minnesota when his contract's up? Oh, no,
yeah.
he'll be grittying right down to Florida.
No way.
Uh,
He's
gritty
staying.
and
he can't leave.
He'll stay in
What do you mean
Minnesota.
he can't leave? he's being held hostage?
Yes, they will franchise tag him 2
him
times
over.
before they let him go. He's in Minnesota for 4 years, no matter what.
You know what this team will be
So
like?
he's going to sign a big extension.
It'll be like the Lions with Calvin Johnson. They'll have like 2K receiving yards a year, and they'll just be like
Why not?
7
Should have traded Calvin
They're
Johnson.
not, again, 13 wins last year. I'm just saying, if you
Yes,
keep
yeah,
this team
you're-
together
you're
right
right.
now, they're probably good enough to win the North.
13 wins, and what came about that?
Dude, they're better than the Dolphins.
They're not better than the
They're not
Dolphins.
better than the Dolphins.
Not even close.
Yeah, 13 wins, couldn't even make the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't made the Super Bowl in 40 years.
And Super Bowl's hard to
Of
make.
course they're
They
not.
lost a home playoff game. It's like
Yeah, they lost to the
That-
Giants.
that is
They
terrible.
lost to the Giants. But that was the defense's fault, not Kirk's.
I mean, it was.
But if the defense isn't going to be
It
good
was
enough
Kirk's
to win.
fault.
No, it was not Kirk's. All right.
Justin Jefferson. You love him so much. Maybe lob it up to him on a 4th down.
Yeah, I would have liked that. So anyway, it's a weird situation in Minnesota where if they start trading people away, then they'll probably end up in that 8 to 9 win range, and we'll see if they extend Kirk again and keep this going. But at some point, you just got to say, like, look, we had our window, which they had a couple playoff runs or playoff opportunities, but at some point you just got to move on.
Yeah, I think it did stink for Minnesota. Like in that window for a numerous number of years, we saw them have to go on the road in the playoffs a lot because you can never win the division because Aaron Rodgers was there.
Yeah, it sucks that when Rodgers
And
leaves.
when Rodgers leaves is the time that you're going to blow it up.
Now we got to blow it up as well. But I don't think they'll do that, honestly. I don't. They might trade Hunter, but they'll still be good
Dalvin
enough
Cook's
to contend.
gone.
Dalvin Cook is
I mean,
gone.
running back doesn't matter.
They'll be good enough regardless of what happens with Hunter and Cook to win the division still. But I just don't see a Super Bowl. Like, they can't beat Philly.
Not with those boys in Motor City.
They can't beat Philly. I don't think they could beat San Francisco. Or Dallas whooped them too. Okay, so there you go. 49ers, Lions, and Vikings. Telling you what's going on at the moment at their OTAs. We're going to now do our drinks draft before wrapping things up here. And
Best part.
yeah, the drafts have been pretty entertaining lately. Zach, I actually think Zach has gotten a little better as a judge as well.
I mean, he was getting there, and then with our last draft, when he said he's never watched Rocky or Hoosiers, I was off board.
That was bad, but I think
Was
he
Coach
judged
Carter
it correctly.
drafted?
Coach Carter was
No,
not
Carter's
drafted.
not drafted.
But there are a lot of great sportsmen.
What about Happy Gilmore?
Nope, wasn't
Wow.
drafted.
Not to Caddyshack over Happy Gilmore.
That's crazy.
Caddyshack's great.
I love Caddyshack.
Rewatch Caddyshack.
You got to rewatch it.
Terrible.
Okay, so the drink draft, our order is Paul, Andrew, then Jack, and then Ziggy. That's your order, 1 through 4. We'll each have 3 picks, and we're just drafting really anything that you drink.
You like to drink.
Like a drink, though. Like, so if you say, like, I don't know. You can't say, whatever. And you can't just say any liquid.
Well,
It's
if you
like a
say
drink.
like, trying to think of an example.
Like, you can't say gasoline. You
No,
know?
no.
Well, like if you say like
All right, so
Kool-Aid,
say I
you gotta
say
like
Red Bull. I don't have to say like
No,
I get
no,
all
you say
Red
Red
Bull.
Bull.
You just say Red
Yeah,
Bull.
you say
yeah.
Red Bull. You say
Okay.
Red Bull.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you can say like Gatorade. Not have
But
to
if you say like
specify,
Pepsi
the-
or Coke, you don't get all their products.
Okay.
That's just an individual drink. Okay, with the first pick, then it has to be water.
That's the worst.
It has to be water. Water's everything.
Water's my number 2, but not number 1.
I don't
Good,
see
you
how
picked
it,
water.
I
Go
know.
right down,
I'm
you're terrible.
water. I don't see how it can't be water. Water is it's liquid. That's liquid.
Like it's a safe pick, but like I don't think water is like an enjoyable drink.
Oh, not at all.
Like you drink it when you're thirsty, but like
yeah, when you're dying of thirst, what are you drinking?
Beer. Put it for
need,
me.
You need liquid. You need a
that's my
liquid.
pick.
What are you drinking?
Beer.
well,
What are you
water,
drinking?
Water.
You're water. You're
But
drinking water. You're
When I
drinking
want
water.
a drink and I
It's
open
like
the
a
fridge,
tongue
like the
thing
water's the
all
last
over
thing I
again.
look at.
What do you say?
It's like the tongue thing all over again.
No, this is not. This is water is the number one drink.
Water's a necessity.
It's not the most
You're-
tasty.
you say
It's
the
not
same
the
with the tongue.
It's not the tastiest drink. But like at the end of the day, if I wake up in the middle of the night, I'm like, oh my god, I need something to drink. I'm
Like, you
drinking. I'm
open
chugging water
You want to drink, you open the fridge. You're really going for a water over like anything else.
when I need it most. Water's there. That's where I'm going
All right,
with.
move on,
Okay,
move on.
okay.
I already made my pick.
The number 2 pick goes to Andrew.
Beer.
Beer.
Yeah, there you go. Beer.
I got my
That's the 1-1.
I got my guy at 3. Coke.
That's probably my favorite soda. I like that pick. And maybe you go with
So
the
I'm
whole
at the-
brand
That was
shit.
my 1-1.
All right, so here we go. Ziggy earlier said when Zach determines the order randomly, and when Ziggy found out he had the turn, he goes, "Oh man, having the turn in a drinks draft is the worst thing."
All right, so
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
let's see what you got.
From experience.
It's not what you want, but all right, I'm gonna take a lemonade,
I like it.
Yeah.
classic drink,
I don't like
solid,
lemonade.
and then I'm going to go Gatorade.
Ooh,
So give me the 2 A's,
Ziggy's
lemonade
with
and Gatorade.
So he's got AIDS.
I don't know what I think of Gatorade. I like Gatorade a lot, but
Look, when I was a long
Oh my
distance
God.
runner, I was putting in like 70, 80 miles a week. There was nothing that could satisfy you like just a big, cold 32-ounce Gatorade. It's got the electrolytes, it's got the sugar, it's got the like blue flavor. It's not even like it's just Arctic Blue, elite
They do have
flavor.
good names. They
It's
do have
easy
good names.
Gatorade.
Yeah, I'm
All
like
right.
mixed on Gatorade. Like, I'm 50-50 on Gatorade.
Powerade?
No, Gatorade.
I mean, I like Gatorade more than Powerade.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
No,
That's the
Powerade
same
would be
thing.
inexcusable.
The same
Gatorade's at least it's the best of what it is.
All right, so
Best in class.
Jack, that brings us back to you now with the
I mean,
That was so good.
I just got a
1-6.
potential first rounder in the second round. I'm taking milkshakes.
Oh my god, that's what I was gonna take.
I mean, that's the
Milkshakes
first
is good.
That's a first round pick and a second round draft.
That's more of a solid though than a liquid. Just putting it out there.
No, it's not.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
It's a
He can have the watery milkshake.
Watery milkshakes, all right.
I straight up have no idea. I have nothing else.
You don't know any other drinks.
I gotta look up for my
that
third
I
pick.
like. I mean, I know what I would put here, but no, whatever. Just give me ginger ale.
Oof.
Solid pick. I love
That's
it.
my
ginger
favorite
ale.
soda. That's the only soda I drink. So
Have you ever made ginger ale?
I have not.
Easy and delicious.
There you go.
I feel like I'm slowly breaking into like the. Oh man! All right,
I'm looking
I mean,
at my-
ginger ale was a terrible pick. I'm just putting the things I drink.
Yeah, I'm looking at my third. I have no clue to take for my third pick.
I'm gonna take here
I googled good drinks.
with the 1 point or the 2.4.
3.
3.
Don't pick milk. That's horrible.
No, I'm gonna take coffee. I'm gonna take coffee with
Oh, I
this
should
next
have
pick.
taken that.
I think coffee is a first round pick that
Oh,
that
that's
slipped.
fantastic.
Yeah, it could be.
Coffee's incredible. And okay, let's see here.
See, I'm not thinking these
Man.
type of drinks.
Man,
no
well,
clue
here's
to
a
take.
little list. I mean, you got some good ones on the board. I like.
I know what I'm taking next. I even already.
All right, so I have water and coffee.
I got a good one in my head.
I got one too.
I can't say.
Oh, I don't know how
Good pick.
fun I want to get with this pick or not.
Get fun, Paul.
Yeah,
Get
risk it for the
fun.
biscuit. We're not here. I
Yeah.
don't know what we're not here for, but we're not here to.
Does drinks mean you have to swallow it?
Yeah. What the hell does that even mean? Okay, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna get a little fun then, and I'll say that
Chewing tobacco.
when I'm on vacation,
Pool water.
the drink that I want in my hand, the drink I want on my hand on vacation is a pina colada.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So I'm gonna go with the pina colada. Water, coffee, pina colada.
I like drinking pina colada.
2 pina coladas.
Getting
That brings it back to you, Andrew, who
Andrew.
apparently doesn't know any other drinks.
I mean, I'm stumped too.
What do you mean? There's so many drinks. There's all
I don't
sodas.
drink any of these things.
There's all sodas. There's juices. There's so
I mean,
much.
there's
Yeah,
a
the-
go.
There's more
Like, I don't-
alcohols.
You can't think of 12 drinks.
No, I can. I just don't like. They're not valuable of a pick. They're all terrible.
With the right, with the right
Alright.
crowd, that could be good.
That's what I was gonna pick, but Zach's not gonna like that.
No, in no way. Oh, who cares about Zach? This like Zach picking you.
Look, I
is
take everything into
meaningless.
consideration. Don't worry. There is no bias.
It will clearly, hopefully not. I mean, we have no idea what you.
No, this man has so much. He has the most bias
I
judgment.
do.
All right, give me wine.
Wine.
One.
I mean, that's
Okay.
the people will love that pick.
Yeah, people like that. Better.
Some
I mean,
people. Not our audience. Not our audience.
I
but-
mean, again,
You're on a
I-
nice
here to party.
date. You're on a nice date.
I had
Nice
nothing.
glass
No,
of
I
wine.
had milkshakes. Was this beer is a great first rounder. Then I was thinking all milkshakes, so I forgot coffee.
look, I'm just saying.
Andrew's here to party and then recover. He's got his beer, his wine to
There you
get
go.
toasted, and then in the morning he drinks his ginger ale to.
There you go.
Look, if I have a coffee, a glass of water, and a pina colada, I'm having a
I
good
hate
day.
pina coladas.
Okay, go ahead. Go
Oh.
ahead, Jack.
I'm gonna go down.
I was thinking margaritas.
I'm down a similar path that you went down.
I think I know what
And
you're
take a
gonna do.
strawberry daiquiri.
Yeah. Strawberry daiquiri's great.
It's my vacation drink.
I'm not a fruity drink guy.
That's fair.
All right,
There's,
Ziggy.
Little Corona in the pool. I prefer
Oh,
that.
that's great too.
there's so many good choices here, but if I have to pick one, the best soda there is just fell to me.
It's gonna be crazy.
Give me Baja Blast.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Pepsi.
I actually hate Baja.
I thought you were gonna say
Blast.
Pepsi.
This
Okay.
I'm not sure how well this trio goes together.
So we had
but
no apple juice, no orange juice,
I was thinking about grape juice, but I didn't take it.
root beer.
fruit juices suck.
I mean, they don't suck. Like orange juice is
They
great.
suck.
I don't know if the juices are
Apple
top
juice.
9 though.
I mean, these aren't things like I'll have a glass of apple juice or orange juice maybe once every 2 months.
yeah, like, I don't. Yeah, I don't
I
think-
literally did this plus water, Red Bull, and then like again a milkshake maybe once a month. Were the
Okay,
only
so
things
Zach-
that I drink ever.
I drink grape juice. That's about it.
So here we go, Zach. We
Tea, I
have
could have picked tea, but that's not
Tea.
gonna win a draft.
I'm surprised nobody picked root beer. I love root
I
beer.
love root beer as well.
You can make a root beer float. Root beer in general is just good.
It's good.
Yeah, I almost took it. Was between root beer and pina colada.
I
for
think
me.
all these lists are terrible.
Okay, so
by the way.
I have water, coffee, pina coladas. That's a strange combination.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a terrible draft.
I mean, I love all those. Beer, ginger ale, and wine.
I mean,
Yeah,
I might have won this.
Coke, milkshakes, and strawberry daiquiris.
Strawberry daiquiri killed you.
And then
Those are very good, Andrew.
lemonade, Gatorade, and Baja Blast. You Jack, you have...
If
I mean, I would love
if Ziggy took Pepsi or Baja Blast, he wins.
I don't... Look, I don't know.
If
this is
you took
impossible.
anything outside of strawberry daiquiri,
Strawberry
you win.
daiquiris are incredible.
Andrew could lose.
Oh,
just
I
'cause
think
can't
strawberry
drink.
daiquiris.
Yeah,
are
no, I'm
amazing.
gonna lose. I'm gonna lose.
Strawberry daiquiris are
Oh, they're
great.
amazing.
Yeah, he has no
Let's
idea.
find out. Let's find out.
Okay,
Let's
Zach,
find
you got a
out.
winner?
Yo, Zach.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this one to Jack.
Hell yeah.
I think that's a good choice. I like Jack's a lot.
I got to give it to him.
But I do think that people are
Why is that? What sold you? Any drink in particular?
milkshakes.
I thought yours was just a good combo.
Strawberry daiquiri's
Well,
bad.
Jack has the like...
Hey, you're
He's got
entitled
the
to your opinion.
dessert.
Yeah,
he's
it's the
got
dessert one, basically.
He's got the dessert. Then he's got
It's the
little
sugar.
tipsy.
He has sugar.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
So.
I got the steal.
I can't really
Coke
have
it-
sugar.
I'd
Coke
like,
it, pick
I'd
three.
like to see I'd like to see this country operate without coffee.
No, coffee was a phenomenal second round.
Yeah.
That should be the second overall pick behind beer.
Oh, that got me back. So I had the
Water is Paul. Water is the terrible
It's water. It's water.
pick. Okay, what other drafts have we done? Name any other like a food draft.
Fruit?
Yeah, it'd be like picking like
An apple. It's like taking an apple.
in a food draft. That's a terrible
No,
pick.
in the fruit draft.
No, it's
Fruit.
not. No,
But
it's
if
not.
I gave you two options here, you had a water and a Coke. You're taking a water.
It depends how
That's like
thirsty
a
I am.
food draft. Here's like a filet mignon, and here's an apple, and you're like, oh well, apple. That's just what I eat on the go.
Iconic.
Or like pretzels. That's what water is.
No. But water, you can't make any of this stuff without water.
Or like in a
So it's like my tongue argument.
What do you mean you can't make any? You can make a milkshake without water.
yeah, you need milk, dude. That's also like saying
make wine.
another
without water.
thing. Like if we did like a things draft, like and you picked oxygen, like it's like oh well you need it.
I mean, oxygen's vital.
Okay, that's a
Should we do an elementary?
No, but
draft?
it's about how exciting
no
the
idea.
things are, right?
Yeah.
I think water one is a
Ziggy,
safe
I
pick.
thought
think
water.
it's a safe
I
pick.
think you said it was your number 2 pick.
It's my number. Yeah, it's my number
Yeah.
two.
No, I think it's good. I'm just saying, like, that's my opinion. But if someone disagrees, like, I get excited about water. But
I like
lots of
water.
folks don't.
Well, look. Right now, I'm drinking water here. You're drinking water there. Everyone drinks water.
If I didn't have to drink water, I wouldn't drink.
Yeah, but you need. Well,
And you need
no,
your
you
tongue.
like you like
And you
water.
need your
But I
tongue.
like water.
Yeah.
I like water.
You
Like
need your tongue.
yeah, no, but I like water.
think it's the same
Like
argument.
at the middle of the night, if I
don't like
wake
your
if
tongue?
I wake up in the middle of the night and I reach out to my bedstand, I want water, not
Me too.
Coke.
Me too.
Like
Okay, what an absurd argument.
no, but like
Who
even,
wants to wake up and just be like, yeah, here's some Coke?
no, but like
There's some freaks out there who probably
I would
do.
say that when I
Yeah, who
enjoy
weighs 650 pounds.
like my max enjoyment for water is probably higher than the max enjoyment I get from a Coke. And that's a high level. Like I love when I have a Coke that's delicious, it's amazing. But when I'm super thirsty, nothing is better than a glass
Just
of
play
ice
the
cold
basketball
water.
game.
I mean, Coke's not even a top
Yeah,
5
but if you go
cola.
with that, water's not 1-1.
With what?
Imagine a good, Corona in a pool or a good pina colada on a beach. You think waking
amazing.
up tired in Allendale and then drinking some water is better than that feeling?
I'm thinking I'm driving in the car and I am really thirsty and I pull over on the side of the road.
You
There's a
prefer
wa-
that feeling than going on vacation having a pina colada.
When I'm drinking it, I enjoy the
Hey, well,
water
he
more.
also
than
That
has
is the
pina
craziest
colada.
thing I've ever heard.
I also
has pina
have
colada.
No, but I'm saying that because it's on your list.
You know what else I really like is when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, God, I'm so tired. Then I'm
No,
coming
coffee's
pina
great.
colada.
No, that
Look at-
coffee is great.
Let me get a pina colada.
I just fell down.
There you go. So there's the drinks draft. Let us know if water is a worthy 1.1 pick, which apparently there's some debate on. I thought it was obvious.
I think it's a 1-2.
I think it's a third rounder.
All right. Thanks again for listening to the Paul Farrington Show. We'll be back next week. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend. Leave a comment on some other social media form.
Tell your mother, your brother, your
Tell
cousin.
your mother, your brother, your cousins, everyone. And we'll see you next week. Thanks again.